So all the snow isn't quite melted, even though we had a 60-degree day just a couple of days ago. It is still February in Minnesota after all. But I'm down where the Benz lives, and I've also got my 850 and one of my M3s down here, as well as my 87 IS. And it's been, I think, November 31st I put these down here. So except for the Mercedes, which I started for you guys maybe a month ago, a little less, nothing else here has been started. It's all sitting on a tender, but kind of getting the itch, so I think I'm gonna fire them all up today, and I'll kind of take a video of it while I'm at it, just because why not? So I'm gonna start with this black 325 IS. I'm gonna open the garage here first, just because I'm gonna let them idle a little bit, but sneaking in there is kind of tough with the boat next to it. These cars are all on battery tenders, so they should fire right up as long as I can find the keys. But and I'll start the Mercedes again too, just because it sounds nice when you cold start it. So I'll open the garage and get myself snuggled in there, and we'll fire that thing up. So we're inside. Luckily I made the key easy enough to find, didn't lose it. This thing, the shifter is a little bit crooked. I'm not sure why. I didn't notice that last year, but it feels like it's got a little bit of slop in it, so I'll have to figure what that is when I put the door panel back on this car and the rear seat. I'm not really sure what was going on with it from the people I bought it from, but that's an annoying but happy noise. Pretty drama-free. The tachometer doesn't work on this because the car is an 87, and the engine in it's an 89, and they used the harness from the 89, which doesn't have the provision for the tachometer, so they accidentally wired it up to the throttle position sensor. So it does move, but not properly. I can let this thing idle for, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that. I'll shut it off and I'll do the next one. Forgive me for not taking the cover all the way off, but the ground in here is kind of dirty. I'm noticing that the car itself is pretty filthy as well. So this is my 91 E30 M3. This also has the 2001 M3 S54B32 in it. This is the first one I did. It's got the carbon airbox on it. And this has not run since I put it in here January, no, not January, November 31st of last year. So we'll see. Battery's good. Rack was a little bit tight. Parking brakes on. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'll check the battery connections. As it would have it, this car was not on a tender. Apparently I did skip my mind. So, I've got it on the charger, the big one. I'll do the 850 next, and we'll come back and start this after that. Oops. The battery still had plenty of voltage, but it didn't have any amps behind it. So, we'll try to get that sorted. Next up, the 1992 850i 6-speed. This I can actually see the battery tender on, so hopefully it'll start, as long as I didn't leave the key somewhere else. Dome lights work. It's a good first step. Radar detector is not super happy. That's where my garage door opener is. Taking that home for sure. I don't know where the key is for this car. Let me look for that and try again. Yeah, it was under my butt. I'm smart. There it is. Care that I had it off for so long. Just before I put this thing away, I did a whole bunch of servicing on it, so fresh fan clutch, belts, thermostat, oil change. I think I've been running 0W40 oil in it in the past. I switched over to 1550 and it seems to like that a lot better. So just crossed over 100,000 miles last year. Kind of makes me sad, but you have to drive these things, otherwise they just hate you. charges and we'll head back over there. Well, this thing's only been on the charger for maybe 15 minutes at this point, so still gonna try it. See if we can coax the S54 into life. Not a problem. Most reliable engine ever. There we go. Oh, that sounds good. Miss driving this thing. If only the snow would melt. This one I'm not gonna warm up, it takes too long. But good to know it's still alive. I think the Mercedes is next. This familiar beast always starts right up, especially because it's only been a couple of weeks. Still, always an occasion, since it's got a start button now. Turn on the lights so we can see a little better here. Doesn't have an idle control valve, so you can get it to idle pretty low sometimes. Oh, that's too low. Anyway, we'll get to burnouts again soon with this one.